Hey kids, you like that rock and roll?
Don't worry, don't be afraid, ever. This is just a ride.
On the program this evening,
Four Brothers Podcast.
Welcome to the Four Brothers Podcast. Today's guest is an up-and-coming Northern Irish comedian. He won RB Comedy Club Comedian of the Year in 2024 last year. It's our first guest of 2025, Bunny Martinez.
Hey.
Give it up.
There he is. Thanks for coming, buddy. Thank you for coming down, man. Appreciate it.
And you're coming all the way from fucking Armagh.
Did you not listen to
controversial. It's a border
story?
town. It's on the border of Tyrone and Armagh, and people get pretty heated if you misgender
shit.
the village. It's
a trans
Armagh.
village.
It's trans.
Transitioning into Tyrone.
Yeah, pretty much. I live on the Armagh side, but I'm actually, I don't know if you give a shit about GAA, but I'm a Tyrone fan.
I'd love to get into it, but it's something like see sports. It's hard for me to actually give my time to.
Just UFC.
It is hard.
I'm obsessed with UFC, but other than that, I don't watch sports.
No, they are bullshit. In a lot of ways, I kind of hate them too. But
but no, it's a good sport to support.
I love GAA.
No.
Hurley or football?
Football, there's no real hurling.
So what's the...
Is this close enough? I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, you'll be alright. Just as if you're,
Try
doing
to
stand
sit
up
like this here a lot of the time, and I shouldn't.
Yeah, Jake does this,
very
and it'll get really fucking distorted. But no, the compressional, I do effects after, and the compressional.
Jake's the biggest culprit for that. He does this all the time, talks, and he fucking goes. Go
piss, Martin.
Yeah, Martin pisses
a lot. But yeah, so
tea and pissing.
Yeah, tea and pissing.
It's an interesting.
That's me.
He's the tea piss guy.
Tea piss guy.
I actually don't think I know the rules of GAA.
No.
So
I don't know if I do either, because they've all got changed there. In the last, there was a big congress, and they've made a whole rip of changes, and I don't have a fucking clue what's going on anymore.
There's a committee and all that.
Every year, and see, people have been giving out a lot because they're saying the game's got extremely boring.
Right.
Which I don't know if I necessarily agree with, but there has been some drab affairs in recent years, and so people are
there's always the same teams winning or something.
There was for a while Dublin were dominating.
Everybody hates
for
Dublin,
years. But they were everyone thought they were pretty aesthetically pleasing, though. It's just more. It's I don't know. There's a weird belief up here that there's an anti-Ulster bias, and a lot of Ulster teams would sort of have a reputation for being a bit sort of dogged and defensive, and people are fuck this shit by everyone open flowing games. So. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an expert, Ben.
No,
I just remember living in the Holy Lands, and there were 80% of the population of the Holy Lands wore GAA shirts.
Pretty much
and they were all,
and it made me hate it.
Yeah, they were all really not nice to me.
They're all culture. They're all where we're from. You would think we're culty, but we're the second Belfast down here. So all our families from Belfast. So, but they were proper culty.
I know that's my stock as well.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I know what you're talking about. For a while, I had I played it all the way up into my early 20s, and then I stopped until a couple of years ago again, and. I found the same. I just couldn't be arsed with the culture that goes with those wearing jersey, fucking everyone's a tight lad kind of thing. But it's kind of changed, The young dudes are now older, I guess, and they're all sensitive. It's weird, everyone.
Right, okay.
Well, I don't know. I found it odd when I went back to the changing rooms and everyone was quite caring and more restrained.
There's
in
no
their
slap
use
on
of
the ass anymore.
homophobic language and stuff wasn't as popular. I was what's going on?
No one gives a wee dick tug anymore.
Whoa. The locker room with a scary place, when you're a kid and you're made
Did you do GAA in your school? Yeah, same.
I'm having to go for a shower, at PE in school, and
isn't that terrible?
You maybe haven't hit puberty yet, and there's other guys there with men's penises staring at you, and you're like, Jesus Christ!
There's just fucking doggy dicks winning. At that age,
it's terrible.
A couple of months is a big difference. If someone's 6 months older, he's got a bigger dick than me.
Imagine
men
being able to not give a fuck back then, because now you wouldn't care, but as a kid you were shitting yourself,
Absolutely.
There was sorry.
Everybody does that. Everybody does that.
That's your cliche.
That's not on you. That's on us.
These ones are going to be sued.
Should probably.
You're going to get us fucking sued, right?
It's going to fall and decapitate somebody.
Fuck's sake.
No, but there was always the one guy in your class that was he looked 40.
Sure, look who I had. You know who I had? Exactly. We can't say his
yeah.
name on the podcast, but he had a full-on beard, chest hair, armpit hair.
We had
and
one too.
Big old cock.
It was like, dude, my full-time jumper, basically. Like, it was fucking ridiculous. And 5 o'clock shadow always. You're like, this kid's fucking 12. You know?
I said, take your kit off.
Yeah. Mad boy. He knows
Get that
who he
woolly
is,
jumper
boy.
off.
He sees this way.
Yeah, I think I've said this before in the podcast, but I'll always remember this day in the locker room in school, where there was a kid who was a bit like overweight and he hadn't hit puberty yet, and he just was refusing to take his clothes off the shower.
Yeah.
I told you not to talk
teacher-
about this anymore.
The PE teacher made him strip in front of
brutal, boy.
everybody and shower by himself while we watched.
But what did
And
he do wrong
He cried.
to deserve that?
He refused to shower. He refused
that's
to
fucked
shower.
up.
And he was like, "You have to shower before you go back to class." And he was like, "I'm not doing it." And he made him strip in front of it. He started crying and all halfway through.
Our
was so sad.
PE teacher had like a peephole from his office in one shower.
Wait, what?
He did actually, yeah.
He did. He had
That's,
a peephole from
I
his
just
office.
now
in the
remembered
shower.
What the fuck? I just remembered that.
And the reasoning for it, and it was
To
acceptable.
keep an eye on us. Just
Keep an eye on us.
off. To stop us. No messing.
No messing.
That's not acceptable.
Unreal, boy.
messing in there, boy.
Get out of the corners. Come back where I see us.
That's crazy.
He did, like, you know, and it was obviously visible for any other teacher walking into his office, like, so it was obviously acceptable.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
like,
but-
it's all right.
He's one of us. So they're not going to type like.
Back in the day, though, like pedophilia wasn't really a thing.
Didn't know about it. Like,
No.
our school was run by priests. Like, and my form teacher in first year was a priest. Like,
Yeah.
we all went on an end of year trip to a beach.
The
and
brothers?
all got it out in front of them. Boy, I just saw every lad naked. Boy, changed in front of this dude, and like, it was completely innocent at the time. Like, you know, no one thought this guy could be a paedophile.
Yeah.
Whereas now you would assume he is a paedophile.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Funny enough, our brother that ran our school was actually rumoured to be a paedophile. So he was like, he would make you, like, if you were walking down the corridor, he'd be walking behind you and he would be like, "Jake, come here." And he would make you pick up like a wrapper on the floor and watch you bend over. And I was like, "I didn't drop this wrapper." He's like, "Don't care, pick it up."
And what way would you pick it up?
Pick it up
on stage?
slowly.
And I picked it up every time.
Do a little twirl.
Don't be squatting, bend over properly and out like at an angle.
Hinge at the hip.
Oh, yeah.
What was your
Proudly
worst,
picked
like,
it up.
see the locker room sort of thing? Like, do you remember getting slapped in the back? Did you ever get
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Red
Red
hand
hand holster.
Red hand holster, yeah.
Farmer Brown's.
That's bad.
Farmer Brown's, did you
Farmer
get
Browns
that?
are bad,
I
but
never
I
got
think
my
the
leg
slap's
broke.
worse.
What's
I
a
don't
Farmer
know.
Brown?
Farmer Brown's just a
Got my
knee
leg
right
broke.
there on the.
Oh,
that's what we called him anyway.
dead leg. But
Someone ran at me and kneed me, and Jesus. Oh.
Getting belted now.
Oh,
No,
no.
don't get belted.
We're getting all sexual here.
I was abused.
Don't get belted in the ass.
Martin was in. He was in pink
Belted
class.
you in the ass?
Okay, Claus, yeah.
Were people doing that during school?
Yeah.
What?
So
Belted
he's
you?
like 8 years younger than us.
All right, aye.
So in your people took their belts off and hit each other.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this?
Oh right, among the kids, right? I was
Yeah,
thinking
among the-
adults. I was like, "Come on, you cunts."
Let's talk about that. Firstly, did anybody here? Did you wear belts to school? Because I don't think I did.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
I don't think a belt was a
about.
thing. Like,
No.
Definitely a few, because I think I now that you're mentioning that, I think there was like the metal part of the belt. Maybe got hit with that once. Maybe.
I don't think I would ever use
Well,
belt
that's
as a
I
warfare.
might have worn a belt myself. I'm not too sure, but
You're a man of peace, but can't even picture how that would be done. Like.
I used to use long range weapons like fireworks.
Like your dick.
Press a button.
You're drinking your life
Sick.
to fucking nothing.
Can you hear that?
Not overly, but I look forward to hearing it
North
whenever.
Belfast, you're drinking your life to fucking
Oh,
nothing.
good boy. I'm glad that you have wee sound effects like an old school like 90s radio like or whatever.
We hardly use them, like, but
Need to use them more, but
do.
the whole show should be mainly that. Like,
If I had those buttons,
non-stop. Like.
You have wrapped yourself in a butcher's apron.
them 3 are still Christmas ones, so I'm not pressing them.
well, I hear, man. I don't know why, but like since I seen your wee set in Madden's, I've been thinking about the line, "We need to woo the system."
Oh,
Since then, it's fucking the concept of that to me is so funny. You can't fuck the system. You gotta woo
That
it.
was, I don't know why I feel that's such a stupid fucking joke, but
I'm still thinking about that.
I just open with it because it's stupid, but I don't know. It's like put them at ease that this isn't going to be an intellectual experience, you know. I know. I enjoyed it myself, obviously, at one point, in the shower, whenever it came to me, I was like, but every time I do it, I'm like, this is retarded stuff.
I just think that concept's so funny, you know, because everyone's so aggressive about like revolution.
Fuck the system. They're very anti-rape, the same people, but you know, it's notoriously anti-rape.
Like, just ask the system, may we?
May we?
You know?
Do you consent to some intercourse?
Essentially, fuck the system.
That
is funny.
made me laugh like
silly.
I forgot about that.
Good enough.
It just stayed with me. I don't know. I've been thinking about it for a while. Like.
So how long have you been doing comedy then?
Since February last year,
right,
so
nice one.
I guess that'll be like 11 months or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So when you say February, I still think it's 2024.
It hasn't sunk in yet for me. Like,
The future, you started in the future.
What?
Yeah, so just been, but I'm not like super fucking diligent. I need to pull the finger out a bit more this year. Like I get like a gig or two a month. I'm not one of these people who's like
trying to go
out every week, and probably need to do that a bit more if I want to.
But it's hard, like, and you've jobs, and
I don't live in Belfast.
Do you
like,
have kids or anything?
I've got a wee girl.
See, so that'll fucking that's hard. Like,
It's harder to do it that way. Like.
David's got kids. Us three don't, but David, he's got 3 kids. Like, fucking nightmare.
This is 8.
Every podcast,
I've twins at 2.
Twins at 2. Aye, right. So busy enough there.
Mad.
Terrible.
8, and my wee girl's 9, like so. Age, like so. Yeah, it's good crack.
Look, it's class. it's class for Christmas, so I think because
it's unreal, boy.
Like I have to say, like the children came over to our mum's on Boxing Day, you know, so it just felt like Christmas again.
It made
like
Christmas.
It hasn't really felt like that in a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
By the
kids
magic
are there. It's
of it,
class.
like,
It is magical.
They definitely didn't feel like Christmas to me this year, but seeing them be excited, I was like, holy shit, it's Christmas, man.
Yeah,
I think it is just this is a certain like an age that I'm getting to where I am starting to not appreciate Christmas, but definitely enjoy it more than I did for like a good 10 years there. Because I was just like, fuck Christmas and everything about it. Like,
he
just made me sad.
Yeah, I went like that for a while, and I remember throwing a real big fucking fit about it one Christmas Eve, and I just looking back, I've cringed so much. I fucking ruined everyone else's night that night just because I was like, fuck Christmas, I'm edgy and cool, man. Did you know Jesus doesn't even exist? You know, it's like fucking what a wanker. But
do you know what I mean? Like,
fuck, it's fucking communism or fucking it's capitalism. We need to woo the system.
oh, fuck's sake. Like,
I've
done the same myself, for fuck's sake.
But now and it's like I think I heard Martin Barkley on here talking about not wanting to tell a kid about Santa or whatever. And I was like, in my head, and during that period, I was like, I'll never tell my kid these fucking lies, man. But see now, it's like, no, it's fucking class, like, you know. And I wouldn't even like him. I think I took it real traumatically when I found out. Like I was like broken by it. Like I stopped believing in life. Like
magic is dead.
Yeah, and so I didn't want my daughter to go through that. But then I was like, fuck up. It's class. Like you know, you had those like 8 years or 9 years were amazing. Like you know, when you wouldn't trade them. Like,
I think I was lucky enough because I gradually over about 3 years stopped believing,
putting the pieces together.
Like, one day I was like,
oh shit,
the usual suspects, Kaiser Soze,
flag that there.
just Santa walking down, takes his beard off.
Flag that. Sorry, I said the N-word.
It's all
apologies.
It's all right.
Yeah, well, we can't justify it with the mask. You see, I'd have to take the mask off.
Just a white dude.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Just a dark skin.
So
white dude.
we'll have to just flag that. But then what made you? How can you graduate? What 1 year you just sort of like
just find
maybe not.
Like 1 year finding presents that apparently Santa delivered in on Christmas Day, and I'm like, wait a second here. I may not be that smart, right?
No, I
may not be the smartest.
It's not adding up here.
I think that I remember it getting to a point where my parents would have said like some presents are from Santa and some aren't because like let's say like a PlayStation that's not from Santa, you know, but all the other shit is
I don't know,
a wee bit of credit, you know.
You know? I can't remember for get you
like you're told a wee bit, you know. You're told a wee bit.
I think I was told a bit like this half is like a bit of ours and then this is Santa's maybe I don't even know. I know myself.
I can't remember any of that now.
But no, it was definitely it was like finding presents, then in school, kids that had already been told, and you're like,
There was a fucking straight up civil war in RP7 class over it, like between the believers and non-believers. There was actual. I fought a guy, like I punched me, and a guy got into a boxing match over the belief in Santa, and a couple of other dudes did. It was a very heated period, and then what broke my heart the most was like when I got back in after lunch, after fighting this guy, making a real dick of myself. I turned to my best mate and goes, "Do you believe?" And he's like, "Nah," but I was like, "Oh, what's it?"
Another fight. Another fight.
Put him
A
up.
fight is on.
I have the higher ground, Anakin.
I was very invested.
Just getting pulled out of the class by the janitor.
We actually had a
point
debate.
in there, like,
my class, P7, had a debate whether or not he was real, and it was like a
Classier move than
a
ours.
teacher,
Oh, yeah.
a
They were
teacher
civilized.
coordinated debate.
Yeah.
Wasn't our, which is kind of a
You're in,
shit thing for
you're in
a teacher to do.
democracy.
Kind of shows you, doesn't it? Well, like a lot of wars based on what you just said. Like just
Aye.
replace Santa with God.
With God or whatever.
I just, got,
nonsense.
I just got a vision for like a sketch of like the House of Commons and they're all debating Santa. Mr. Speaker, I seen him last night, Mr. Speaker, in my chimney. He's fucking my wife. Who was that then? It was not Santa.
My wife then, drinking my milk.
Oh, boy.
Sick.
Bye-bye.
Isn't Santa real?
No, man.
Yes, could be.
no.
Who knows?
Well,
Santa
actually, do you know
real.
what?
He's as real
He
as
could
you
be an
and me.
interdimensional being.
Oh,
Don't
aye.
know.
He could be.
You know?
Could be well
Belief,
somewhere.
maybe our belief in him is what manifests
Well,
him.
Yeah.
think
Like,
of
do you know that
We'll be
door
able
the
to
Pope
ask
opened?
quantum computers very soon.
Sure will.
I was going to bring that up, right? Have you
There's a good segue. There's a good segue. There you go.
read my mind?
But yeah, I've obviously seen this. Like,
Quantum computer chip. You seen this? Yeah.
of course.
I was listening to the Blind Boys podcast.
Septillion, who's that?
Yeah, that's Jake's line.
Never heard of him.
I've seen his face in real life, by the way.
Oh, have you?
yeah, yeah.
Have you actually? Yeah.
Yeah, we played with him one time or twice actually in the Empire. And so I got the backstage and see their faces.
I think
So
I've
I've seen
seen-
your faces and their faces. So I'm in like a very sort
You're
of small
collecting,
club there.
collecting all the
It's
masks.
a very small circle.
That is probably you're the only one that's done that.
Yeah, it's a nice way.
I think there's pictures of them online, like, but like
No, there isn't.
there is.
How would you know?
It's not
I know
real.
you don't.
How would you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's just
Kind
some
of like
guy.
that
That's
fucking
just some
hardy
guy.
basic thing, you know.
Fuck me.
Anyway,
But
sorry,
you
you
know.
were talking
It's
about
go-
quantum computing.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was going to
Talking
say
shit
it's going to be
here.
hard for me to, because I was covering these up and then I couldn't be arsed. at the end.
yeah,
So
right.
I think I'll just cover them up in my real life. When
Shut up.
no ifs.
Shut up.
When this becomes bigger.
He can
Massive way.
maybe trick you, but we know him too well. Can't trick us. We know exactly the crack. You shut up.
Everything is
Then
here.
on about
Do you know
your
I'm in
quantum
4 Bros?
You know what I mean? He
I'll
loves
see you
it.
pick up chicks. He's wasting his opportunity. But
But yeah, so this computer can compute something that would take any other supercomputer a septillion amount
Yeah,
of
not
years to
insane, like-
compute, and it does it in 5 minutes, which means
It's
it's
quite a leap
using
forward.
energy from a dimension that we're not in.
The theory is that it's going
Collecting
between
data from
alternate
different
reality
dimensions.
because it's
and
quantum,
using
right?
that much
Aye.
energy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so
sort
it's
of superposition.
the theory is it's going to like billions and billions of other alternate realities and taking
Stealing
and
their energy. They're
calculating,
fucking ripping, boy.
yeah, calculating all this stuff that would take
So it
in
takes
just this one
septillion
reality.
years to do.
Like, that's
Until about
Septillion years, and it's doing it
unfathomable.
in 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
What's the question though? That's what I want to know. What type? What
Yeah, what
is
was the
that thing
maths
you're going to
equation?
compute?
What are we trying to compute?
What's
that
going to
quick?
happen? What's going to happen
Right
is
now.
what's going to happen is every single thing in life. It's going to give you a better answer for everything. Like even like.
Well, at the moment you can't even ask ChatGPT how much cum it takes to fill up the Grand Canyon. Won't tell you.
No,
Nah, ketchup.
It's useless, isn't it?
100%.
Well, then just ask ketchup. And then
Nah, it's not.
Similar.
Viscosity's
No.
different weight ratio
Is that right?
to cum and
It'll be
ketchup.
dry at some point, at the bottom. I don't know how it works.
The pools and all,
Well,
ketchup, different
when
game.
they come on my burger and McDonald's, I can really taste the difference. Like,
No difference.
No
mate.
difference.
enough. No.
Texturally similar.
It is like,
Why are they
To
coming-
red
why are they coming
sauce?
on your burger in McDonald's?
because I asked them to.
Lovely.
Yeah,
You can get
extra.
that extra cum.
The happy ending meal.
30p extra.
30p.
30p extra. It's cheap.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. That shit's mad. That quantum stuff.
fucking-
it just
it
hurts your
really
head to think about.
Like Blind Boy went on this whole big massive trying to link it to Irish history and all and he made
Like
some
he does, but-
yeah he made some good points but it's I don't really know
But you have to listen to 20 people talk about that same thing first to even get an idea.
But the good thing about Blind Boy is he just goes, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, there's some scientists laughing their head off of me right now, but this is just how I can fathom it, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think the technology will like kind of evolve us on a more rapid scale?
Definitely.
Like, you know, the way our brains, we're only using whatever percentage of it. It could be like a level up within the simulation where it's like, boop, there you go. There's more of your brain. You know?
I think so. Like, I mean, at a certain point, definitely.
There you go, sir. Take some of your brain.
Take some of your brain back.
There's more of your brain. But
Well, I mean, how the woman that died there the other day, did you see that?
No.
From a bukkake accident.
What?
Right.
Right?
how the fuck do you hear about this?
If that can happen.
Is this more cum?
She was the Grand Canyon.
She thought she was the Grand Canyon and tried to. But so like
ChatGPT.
bukkake for Martin, who doesn't know, is when 27
Martin's not done to
Japanese
him, what are you talking
I was
businessmen,
going to say, I actually don't know what the fuck he meant until you said it, and I was like, all right, lad.
when 27 Japanese
fuck?
businessmen
Fuck's
love
like
each
a
other very
different word.
much,
Right.
they all gather around a woman
Okay.
and drown her in their semen.
Okay.
Oh.
And this woman actually apparently died
Jesus.
the other day, drowning in
It's
cum.
so funny.
Jesus Christ.
That's on my
She
list of things to talk about.
Is it?
Yeah.
There you are.
drowned.
She drowned.
She drowned.
She drowned.
She's trying to
How?
say.
Yeah, how
Look,
like
I think from
at some point you
27
notice
men.
you know that there's too much cum here. Like there's
no, keep it going.
It's like,
There's no honor in stopping.
Was she in a funnel?
was it in Japan? Of course,
It was
they're-
Japanese, yeah.
I'm glad you brought them up because they're on my hit list of countries that need taken down a peg because it's a fucking weird. They're weird,
a
but
weird place
everyone
over there.
is like, no, it's class, but they're so far ahead of us, and
Yeah,
it's like,
but,
and no one associates them with their horrific crimes of the Second World War, and they're just pretty much the Nazis of the East, and it's like no one thinks about that. They're just
And
like,
they sell used underwear and vending machines.
use underwear and vending machines, but
But
what the
I
fuck is up with that?
It was our
Blurry
fault.
dicks.
We hit them with that nuke, and then they
And
went
it felt
weird.
too bad, yeah.
They went weird. They started coming up with like a
That's
Hello
what I was
Kitty
saying
and
to my
all.
mate. Yeah, instead of
You know?
like Godzilla, we got that. Like,
Yeah.
fucking
I think so.
very disappointing.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We
like,
must,
how does that situation happen then? If there's just say there was, let's say for argument's sake, there was 25 men
But how the fuck do you even
circled
drown it?
around a woman.
Look,
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I'm
what I
saying.
mean.
Like,
I
what
don't
position
fucking
would you
know.
have had to been in?
So she's on her knees, isn't it, looking up, and then there's 27 people
Yeah, how
circled
did she
round.
drown?
But what? So,
And
so,
just-
so what happened was obviously
Maybe she was breathing in.
no.
I all got under lungs.
I
Like,
know
There's
it might
something.
it might seem impossible.
Fuck up.
You're drinking your life to fucking nothing.
Fuck you, man.
oh my god.
Sorry.
motherfucker.
Yeah, well, their dicks are all blurry, so you can't really see. You,
can't
know,
see,
you
right?
can't see what's going on. And you're like,
What is happening there with the blurred out?
I think
funny,
they've
I
actually
don't know.
lifted that law recently. Again, they're a weird country. I mean, they had.
Yeah.
I think you could fucking fuck a kid up until like 10 years ago, but they wouldn't show an adult's penis. Like, you know, it's very peculiar place.
you can fuck them with a blurry dick.
But I think because now, not that I so I've heard from friends, I do that whole porn joke where I don't look at porn. But now, yeah, you can get Japanese porn without the blur. Yeah,
I actually don't watch porn, well enough. So I've been out of the game long enough to not notice the on. I might have to get back in the game.
Jake cleared out a couple of times, and then
Yeah, I fought the final boss of porn
you
and
just got
cleared it out.
really into it, by
Cleared it out.
You know all the words like bukkake
Swear
and
to
stuff.
God,
By.
I could be in.
I don't even know, but
But yeah, like, so she died. Does that mean you can't bukkake anymore? Does that put a stop to bukkake?
I don't know. It never appealed to me
Well, maybe-
in any
maybe
way.
she's
so-
just-
No.
She just forgot to breathe.
Giving or
you know?
receiving.
In the moment, just like, fucking
Yeah.
just overwhelmed with all the
Overwhelmed.
cum.
Yeah, just too much cum.
Yeah, it would actually be. I'd reckon it'd be hard to do it with bukkake. I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about like
Coming in front of other
It'll be
men.
harder.
yeah, coming
Yeah.
in front of other men, like, you know.
Yeah, it would be
Other
difficult.
semen
Like,
sort of squirting about all over the
you're
place.
definitely
Like-
getting flecks
You're-
of
Yeah,
other
of
people's
course you
semen
are,
on
but
you.
I mean, I can. It's hard to piss near someone. Imagine like, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
Oh,
but
yeah, sometimes
But like,
I do
they're
find
into it.
hard
I
to
suppose
piss.
they like it. It's a
just-
strange one.
You
They're
like
just porn stars. You know, they just know how to do it. It's their job.
yeah.
Are they?
Sure that it takes
Because
something
for
like
some
that, you know what I
reason,
mean?
we've all watched Japanese porn, right? At one
Yeah.
time. The men in Japanese porn don't seem like porn stars. Maybe they're that good at it
right
that they
enough
can
with that.
trick you, but they just seem so unassuming.
Is
You're
that
"That's
like
not a porn star."
you know centuries of them being like emasculated by the Western viewpoint, where like Asian men are desexualized. They always talk about that by it. So now we can never even picture them
being
riding or like even being horny. Like you're like, you can't be horny.
You know what I mean?
It's weird.
It's the synchronicity as well. There's too many of them that do everything together.
Yeah, and they just
like they get up in the morning and like do their things, and then they'll just go to piss at the same time and they eat at the same time.
Yeah.
So it'd probably just be
Like a colony.
Quite
Hive mind.
Yeah, hive mind. Yeah.
everybody comes in Japan at the exact same time.
So yeah, that's if the
whole country's a bukkake.
If they all,
That was that fucking Fukushima disaster. It actually was.
Bring them to the Grand Canyon. Just bring the whole country to the Grand Canyon.
oh, stop it.
Fill it.
But yeah, so I suppose for her to have drowned, they would all have to ejaculate at the same time.
I just like that.
Nah.
We're going to find footage, but it's the only way.
You know?
No, because sometimes they keep it in their mouths, don't they?
Yeah.
Keep
Like,
on the
it's,
mouth.
it's like
Fair
a
enough.
gathering of cum, like one man will come the other one, and then so probably what happened, unless
No, like her whole face is covered. Her
Maybe
whole
she just
face
like
is covered.
she choked on it. Do you know what I mean?
26.
I don't know.
26.
We've no idea how many
Loads
people were
of
there.
fucking cum aren't gonna fill like
Okay, so we've had this discussion as well before. Yes, it is.
She's probably going for a record of some description.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
hundreds of dudes.
maybe it was hundreds. Yeah, maybe it was hundreds, and they put her in like a tub of some kind, and it just
Yeah,
Fair enough.
submerged.
you know.
Fucking hell.
But no, so I
That's somewhere to that.
that bitch choked. She choked.
Jesus.
Would you sink?
That's an open
or
casket
would
you don't want,
float?
like-
Like if there was
Would you sink or float?
a bath of cum, and you would, you know, the way like on custard you don't sink, you just sort of
I'm gonna say you float on cum.
yeah, or would you just straight through?
Well, if you try hard enough, you'd go
Like
under.
wiggle
Like,
in
wouldn't
there?
you?
You have to
Like a
like
memory
wiggle
foam?
like a sperm, and you sort of be all right. I
You
don't
have to
know how.
become one. Become one with the fucking.
I don't know, but
That's a weird one.
Become one with cum.
drink it up,
You could keep.
eat your way out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like how,
That's just when you said that. We're just gonna have to watch this video.
Well,
What?
Just
it
'cause
better
you
not
said
be
that.
fucking disgusting.
I don't want to see
Gareth.
that.
No, because you showed me it.
I showed you it.
I think you did. Just when you said that, Bunny.
How much cum could you eat before you
What?
Depends if how much you're into it.
Will you
die though?
Wait, I don't think it'd kill you, would it?
No, I don't know.
I just mean it's good stuff. It's
a lot
the
of
seed,
protein.
the seed of life.
Yeah, it's
babe.
protein.
A lot of protein.
and-
A lot of protein.
and
The seed of
other
life.
things
Very good. Very good. Very fucking good. Oh, this
Oh,
guy.
yes,
Where do you see
yeah.
this shit? Where do you see this
Can
shit?
you all see that? Sorry.
Can you see that?
Ah, yeah,
Years ago,
yeah.
I was
This
in
is
the
fucked up,
hospital, the mental hospital.
Oh, all right.
And they'd take us to the cafeteria to get food. They had cups of Jello. We weren't supposed to take anything back with us, but I took back a cup of Jello and it.
You fucked the jello.
into tapioca, brother. You're like the modern day Jesus Christ. Water to wine, fucking jello to tapioca.
I fucked it. I nutted in it. Yeah. I nutted in it, and right after I ate it.
What the fuck?
Brother, you don't belong in that mental hospital, I swear.
That's what made after my own heart.
Post not regret, you're looking at it and you're like, it's like cum brulee. You were hungry?
Yeah. Do they not have food there? It wasn't great.
That's crazy to go to the chef and be like, I'd rather eat my own than this.
Fuck's sake, like.
Was it filling?
Little John Newlands.
Putting it down to be like, I am a little hungry.
I didn't put it down.
Straight from cum to eat.
Kinda. This is my favorite guy. It was like a one pump and done kind of situation. What?
It felt that good?
Yeah. Let's go try it.
Can we get some?
Yeah.
We gotta go.
Jello on the rider. You hitting the back of it?
No. I couldn't get that far out.
What?
Jesus.
I could put mine in a go-gurt. Anyways,
I would watch that.
what time of day was this?
I don't know. There's no windows.
Holy shit.
That's a Zoloft commercial.
Somehow that's sadder than fucking the Jello cup,
It is.
you know?
Well,
You doing better mentally now?
Yeah. Whoa. Your voice cracked. How long have you been out? Did you escape? Yeah. I'm not out. Technically.
No. Were you at a McDonald's recently?
I'm coming right now.
That was good.
I would do the same thing. I'm gonna try it. I'm a Mythbusters that question right there.
You should.
Myth
How
busting
long
up.
have you been out?
3 years.
3 years, okay. So have you gone back to the grocery store and picked some Jello up, or are you actually like vagina now? That's hilarious.
fuck.
Yeah,
like, isn't it?
so what the fuck?
I couldn't believe that. Look, I was,
He was a mental patient, was he?
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yes,
Alright,
yes,
kind of
yes,
gives it a wee bit of context.
little bit.
Otherwise, I was just like,
Yeah.
fucking ISIS are right, boy. Fucking tear down the West, boy. We have got fucking decadent and fat on our own excesses, boy.
We're going too far. Like we've got too much time in our
I think
hands.
about that all the time, boy. I see like fucking ice cream for dogs and shit, and like there's this fetish now where like grown men get changed like babies and stuff, and you're like, fucking
That one really
decapitate us, boy. Fucking take us, like.
Aye.
That's what happens when
Get a colon, like-
you're allowed to get too comfortable in it,
That's exactly it, boy.
as a fucking species. I'm a
for
baby
a
now.
Exactly.
Fuck me.
Like what
You see,
the fuck? Like
that?
what the fuck?
I mean,
do whatever, you know.
if it makes you happy.
Yeah, do whatever you want. Like, you know,
I'm
I
not
don't-
sure
I
he
don't know.
sounded happy about that,
didn't,
but
did he?
Like I was saying, like there's oversharing and then it's like
You fucking would, sure.
I do overshare, but I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but that's
Well,
that's
I'll
kind
give it a
of
try.
what he's doing there is like definitely it's attention seeking kind of behavior. Like you know. Well, not behavior, but to overshare like that. Why would you?
He's mental.
I know
Yeah, he's
exactly.
mental.
Like, but he's
He's
seeking
mental
attention.
patient.
Yeah.
But like the fact that he came in it and then just straight away, set it down, think about it, weigh up the pros and cons of what you're about to do.
He didn't think that's what allowed him to do it, but if he thought for a second, he wouldn't have done it, but he had to just go with his heart.
He just had the impulse, just
A heart
boom.
punch.
I don't even know how that
Okay.
works. Like. I mean, I fucked a bed in between the bed and the mattress, and I don't even know how to fuck a jello cup. Like,
I did
Jelly?
a toilet
Cup of
once,
jelly?
but I heard you could you wrap a towel around yourself, and then close the old toilet on top,
There's many
on top
ways.
of yourself.
There's many
an
ways.
interesting
Whoa,
development.
haven't heard that one.
Well,
So you wrap your dick in a towel.
and then
you
like a warm
wedge it?
towel if you're treating yourself. A warm wet towel.
Slippery wet towel.
leave it on the radiator for
But I
half
only
an
did
hour.
it the once because it was awkward. Like 'cause it's at a weird height. Like you're like, kind of squatting.
So is the bed.
It's like, what am I doing? But this is really pathetic.
Christ.
I know I'm only like 14, but I should be talking to girls instead of doing this. Like,
No, that's
Fuck's
easier
sake.
though. You know, you're
What
building
is the
up. You're
best
trying to get your
thing?
game. You're trying to like when you get a girl, then you're like, I know how to do this.
I'm being
I fucking
considerate.
do this.
Yeah.
You're doing
Trying to
your
experience.
favor.
Yeah.
So what is the best thing to fuck like that? Peanut butter.
Peanut butter? I don't
There's a
know.
guy that
warm
fucks peanut
watermelon?
butter.
warm
A
watermelon.
warm watermelon.
warm watermelon.
I've heard there's a risk of accident with that though. Or is that an urban? But people say,
Pep up your.
or like, someone heated too much, or someone I think I heard like put it in the microwave and it got too hot, and then he didn't
Blew up.
test it first of all, and
Ah.
then went straight in with the lad and burnt the.
You never go
lad.
straight in.
Never go
Melted the
straight in.
knob.
Never
but
goes. You got to check temperature with your
you gotta,
elbow.
like,
Like a baby's milk.
Pringles jar with a blue nut.
What?
Pringles jar with a blue nut. You ever heard of that one?
What?
Yeah.
That's a fucked up one I heard. Like,
Pringles.
I've never heard of that one.
What do you
Just like a
how many people are-
DIY flashlight. DIY flashlight.
yeah, it's like a flashlight, but you put a blue nut and you like put it inside out, and you put like an elastic band around
Martin
the
knows
Pringles
a lot
can.
about this.
Right.
I fucking
Right.
You little MacGyver.
But why? What's a balloon gonna do for you? I
don't know.
What's going on there?
They just
Bit of resistance or
bit
something.
of resistance.
I
Yeah,
suppose.
You can lube it up. You
So
lube
you
it up.
fuck the balloon?
Fucking a balloon.
Guess so, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, you fuck the
Would it
balloon. You
not
put
really
like
hurt?
You put something in it. Yeah, I
no,
can't
that
even
wouldn't
remember.
hurt. Like,
Loosen
like
up.
you put like something soft in.
You know what I
you
think it is? I think it's a sponge.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Sponge, right?
Sponge?
Yeah, it could
On
be.
either side, and then you balloon it up. And
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Oh, you know more about it than Martin,
Yeah.
realistically.
you move the wee sponges aside like that.
You like it out and all, but you get real into it. You're like,
That's too many
sour cream and
fucking
onion.
things. That's too many things.
Not only do
That's
you
a lot
get
of
it
effort,
as a treat, you get the fuck it too. You know?
Yeah, but you gotta go get a balloon, an elastic band, a
Sponges.
sponge, cut the sponge up into wee so nah, that's too many
No, it
things.
is. Chicken.
Chicken.
Raw chicken.
That's disgusting.
talking about?
That's the worst thing you've ever
have
said.
someone done that? Please tell me that's never been
That's
done.
way
but
worse than
that is-
water.
That's the worst thing you've ever said.
That's
raw chicken.
bestiality, mate.
Raw chicken, necrophilia,
Necrophilia,
Jesus
Checking all the
Christ.
boxes.
That's a crime, like.
Oh my god.
Bound to be a crime.
That's a crime indeed.
Bound to
You
be.
probably get like
Fucking
salmonella
hell.
poisoning on your
Yeah,
dick or
that
something.
doesn't sound right, boy.
No?
No. No.
As long as it's got no feathers on it.
What's
Does
the
it-
dick or the chicken?
What part of the chicken you fucking? Like the
I don't
whole
know,
part?
any kind of
The
chicken. I
cavity?
suppose you could,
I guess.
The whole
you could
chicken, I
get,
guess.
yeah, you could make a chicken
Any part of
vagina.
the chicken, or you can make a nice wee Valentine and slow cook it.
Oh,
so
lovely.
it retains its
Really
juiciness,
treat
but
yourself.
Yeah.
You could like,
Does it need to be warm? Does it need to be cooked and
heat it
heated?
up a wee bit? Heat it up to like a pussy temperature.
Oh.
Oh my.
Here's an advert I want to show you, so it's good that you have this set up. See if you find this funny. We might not actually be able to show it on the show. Type in. God damn it. You're going to make me look stupid because I don't know how to use this laptop.
There's a fucking.
Where's the YouTube?
Over to the left, just type in. There's a Safari there. See it?
Oh,
there you go.
You don't have
there
an
you go,
app, do you
Grandpa. And then type in YouTube there.
Yep. and then where do you put in the words of the thing you want to see?
You tell me it. You
Right.
email it to me.
Right. What's
Or
your email?
send me a letter.
What's your email?
Go fuck yourself.
Right. .com.
You're a cunt. What's this now? It's funny. I can't see, so I will need the laptop back.
Fuck all here. Look at a blurry screen.
Okay.
Put a big screen.
I will.
What's going on here now?
Hang on, I want to see if that's the.
Wait, I put my glasses on here.
Yeah, it is then.
I've never done this.
I think this is it now.
Pork chops are chunky.
Glasses over the balaclava.
Is that a good look?
Okay, you see this here. This was a German advert for Chinese food in 1988.
Okay.
Right? For 1988.
German advert.
Neu. Magifix für China-Pfanne.
She barely changed.
The Herbie.
Fuck me.
Wenn es so richtig chinesisch schmecken soll, Magifix für China-Pfanne. Mit Bambussprossen und der typischen Würzung. Fehlt nur noch das Fleisch.
Mit Magifix was Tolles zaubern. Neu. Magifix für China-Pfanne.
Mehr exotische Rezepte und viele andere stehen im neuen Magifix Mini-Kochbuch Band 2. Wir vom Maggi-Kochstudio schicken es Ihnen gern. Gratis natürlich.
Nine.
What the fuck happened to those adverts?
Why would that be coming up next?
I miss them, like, really do.
Fuck.
I saw a slap, that
That's
fucking
weird.
slap competition bullshit.
Yeah.
Where people slap each other.
Yeah, power slap.
Yeah, power slap. And I saw two chicks doing that, and one of them was like Asian and got slapped, and she got slapped white for like a split second.
yeah.
Have you seen that? They were like,
Holy fuck.
What the fuck? It's so bizarre.
Slap the Asian out of her. Like.
Well, is that how that works then? Maybe you just eat Asian
That's
food.
what happens.
Well, I suppose like
Oh,
your
okay.
woman that get hit in the head real hard and woke up and has a Chinese accent.
Was that real though? Was it not like AI or something? You know?
I wanted to believe, but
Yeah.
probably
Pretty
was
sure it
AI.
was, like,
I know it doesn't
Or was
really
it?
make
Yeah,
any
that doesn't
sense.
actually happen in real life.
I
You
think
don't slap
what it
Chinese
was
people
is-
in their
No,
life.
no, but like
There was a person that
I
was
just thought it was
standing
just
directly behind her, and she got slapped, knocked out, and she went back so quick that you just seen the head behind her of the white person. It looked like it was on her body.
No.
Is that what happened?
No, it was AI.
Sounds very
It was
complicated.
AI.
I think y'all
I've
wrong.
seen it a
It's
million
real,
times.
like Santa, come on. You're the believer in this house, boy.
It's real.
God damn it, boy.
Chinese
Fight
people,
us not you too, Martin, boy.
Fight us up. Chinese people are real. Go on, you know.
Yeah, of course.
I believe.
I've never seen them
at
What's
Christmas
in your
time.
wee silver bags?
Oh, well,
don't
at the
tell.
minute, cotton wool.
On what,
No,
right?
they're filled with.
Is it set up to
product.
look
You don't
like
want
you
to know.
guys are drug barons or something?
That's our
Wee bit.
sponsor.
Drugs.
Yeah, we're sponsored by drugs.
Nice, boy. That's a good one to get, boy.
Thanks for the balaclavas.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, we're not actually sponsored by drugs. We're sponsored by what are we sponsored by?
Botanical products
From a different country that
from a
aren't-
different country.
that
They're,
aren't here.
they're sold in
it's
Spain,
like-
you see.
Yeah.
All these
It's all
products are sold
healthy
in
shit.
Spain, and you
All,
can order them if you like. It's all.
Oh, is
do
that
us.
your those
Botanical
boys
flowers.
who run that
Bud Light
botanical
Beer. Yeah, Bud
flowers
Light
thing
Beer.
over
Yeah.
in Spain? I've seen
That's
them. John Sue's always hanging around over there or something, isn't he? Aye, I've
He's a
seen-
big advocator.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, no.
You smoke yourself, don't you? Or are we allowed to say that?
Well, am I?
We can cut that out if you want.
I don't know how much detail to go into because I'm not with my child's mother anymore, and who knows what she might try and do.
And you- and you don't have a
let's not do
balaclava.
that
I don't
then.
have a balaclava, but
let's
I
not do
do
that then.
overindulge probably.
This is
a
all just
little bit.
comedy. This is entertainment.
Comedy. A guy I know, this guy I know
Yes,
smokes a lot.
yes,
but
yes, yes,
he
yes.
Yeah.
tokes
Yeah.
down. That's
Yeah.
not a term. Tokes down.
down.
Sounds like a guy who's never smoked a joint in his life. Now. I get the toke down. You know.
Sounds like a sexual assault or
You're
something.
fucking narcotics agent.
Well, see, I've never done it in my life. But
Undercover cop here.
Yeah, that's like that night of that comedy show. Like I wasn't drinking because I was driving. And I had weed in the car, and I was like, I fucking can't bring it to the bar and smoke it, obviously, so I just stand here and do nothing. And then I smelt it. I was like, nah, someone's smoking.
Yeah.
And it was
Someone's
your
always
friend.
smoking. Oh yeah.
It was your friend.
friend.
So I was like, fuck, I should have just
Pardon me.
smoked. You know?
Yeah, I have stopped giving a shit about society.
You were going to say, I've stopped giving a shit.
It's like,
I like to take his time to apologise.
At
to
the worst of
nobody.
it though, like back when I was like working in Belfast, and I'll be like fucking, you know, sneaking out I thought I was so subtle, you know, going out at lunch and smoking a joint by and coming back. It's like, the perfect crime. And then at Christmas parties, people get drunk. Well, you stink of weed all the time. Like, God damn, I thought I was getting away with it. Like, and I'd be like hanging around fucking, getting all sorts of weird, peculiar time. You'd be hanging around in alleyways, you know, try and show a bit of decorum, like, you know, but then you'd bump into other creeps hanging around in alleyways, and then you'd be getting scared, and then there's like, they're doing weirder things. And there's one place where I kept finding, I don't know how I kept going back there, it seemed safe, like a load of shit, like, but not like dog shit. Someone was shitting here regularly, like, and then I started wondering, like, is it me? Is this like some sort of, I'm getting so stoned, I'm coming here and doing shits by it, not even remembering, and then they started looking for clues, like memento ways.
I didn't eat this today. I didn't eat this today.
Put your hand down and like.
But yeah, so you gotta. That's a sad part of the lifestyle that they don't talk about. That's not why Snoop Dogg doesn't go on about that by fucking.
No, he doesn't.
And he's the reason. He's the fucking. I don't usually like blaming art for things, but I only like smoke weed because of rap, like, you know, because it's
really.
Like,
well, he has one.
Well, you know, I'm 13.
Shit.
I'm trying to be cool. You know, everyone I look up to is like, weed's the best. I'm like, all right, weed must be the best. Like, so.
I don't know. For some reason, I smoked it, and it just made me better. It was just, I was 10% better. I was like, oh,
that's how shit of a person he was in the first place. Then
just calmer. What did you say?
That's how shit of a person you were.
10% better, not much less.
Shit.
Oh, fuck's sake! No, it did. It made me definitely calmer. It helped compartmentalize a lot of my thoughts. Like, I had a very chaotic thought process and brain and stuff, and it definitely slowed that down and helped me clearly pick out what I wanted to think about instead of going a little crazy, you know.
Right.
For sure.
I don't know.
I sent my head away. Look, sent my head.
A lot of people say it has the opposite.
I was like that, and now I'm not. You know, with the weed, like, you know, it's weird.
It's funny.
It's just
kind of maybe calm me down a bit. Definitely, like, you know.
It is relaxing, but then I just do it too much sometimes. You're like, you literally do nothing else. It becomes your hobby, like, you know. You can't even watch fucking.
I only
anything.
smoke weed.
Yeah,
that's all I do.
That's all I know. Same way. It's
but
nightmare.
I'll do all the things that I'm supposed to do while I'm smoking weed.
Yeah,
so
well,
okay.
that's it. You can get shit done. Like, that's what people don't understand. It's like people are like, you can still fucking work. It's like, yeah, boy, because then I can do like monotonous tasks for hours, like no problem. Like, you know, easier than anything. Like, you know. But
for me, it's like if I don't have anything planned for the day or, you know, good to do, I will probably just smoke weed all day.
Definitely makes you more focused.
You know, smoke weed all day.
Unless you're it can fuck you up in that way when you are doing something you don't want to do, and then you smoke a joint, you're like, why would I fucking be doing this? Oh, it's for money. So fuck this, bye. Like, you know, Jesus
Puts things
Christ.
into perspective.
Or someone's giving you shit, and you're just like, I think I'll just go home.
I just get that regularly without weed. Like, I'll just be at my job and just be like, I might just leave. Just gonna leave now.
It's hard not to, isn't it?
And it's hard with what we do. I won't say like, but you can't just walk away from things like that. You know, like if I was in retail or something, I'd be like, see you later. I'm away. It can be arsed. But here you have a duty, like, you know, and it's
relying on you, like,
and you can't walk away, like, and you wish you
can.
You can,
but you just be a cunt.
You
know. So I wanted to bring up nightgown shitting. Part 2.
Nightgown shit.
Nightgown.
You know what a nightgown is?
Like an Ebenezer Scrooge type. A dressing gown. Not like
I call it a nightgown because
we call it nightgowns for sure.
Right, I've never heard that.
I would never get
I've heard it called house coat before by Belfast people, which made my laugh mass off.
The funny thing is, our parents are from Belfast and they always call it nightgown. They never said house coat, so I don't know.
Strange.
So what I would do is they say that if they're going to take a shit and it's freezing cold, remember, say it's like, you know, the dead of night, it's freezing cold, and you've got a nightgown on, right? So they say they take it completely off, even if they're naked underneath, and just sit in the toilet and shit, which I can't do because it's cold. So what I do is I'll bring it to the side and then lay it on one leg and sit down like that. And he does the same.
I do the same.
Right.
I changed it up recently, and I don't know why. Right. I took the nightgown.
Something that happens to you that way in the middle of the night, boy. Just wake up. And you're always nude by underneath the nightgown.
Jake's got a quantum mind now. He's thinking differently.
And so I'll explain why it happened. I took my nightgown off because I was like, it's not that cold. But then I took my nightgown off and I was like, that's fucking cold. So instead of putting it on normally, I put it on front ways. I put my hands in this way.
That's interesting.
My hands in this way.
Fucking big brain Jake over here.
I sat down, and then I had the nightgown over my legs. and the whole back part of me was free to shit.
That's a good move. I think that's a good move.
Like game changer.
Genius.
Game changer.
Genius. The word genius gets thrown around a lot these days. But
like all those mathematical symbols.
Autistic level thinking.
It's fucking genius.
I have my pockets and everything.
That's
Did it
perfect.
take you long to come up like
Split second. Just from the ether.
Yep, there
That's
you go.
good.
That's how people in hospital shit.
What
their
happened to me
hospital
the other
guns.
day, Martin?
There you go.
Fair enough.
You're getting ready to die.
Oh yeah.
Something's happening. Quantum
No,
minds
it's
here.
old. It's old. It's warm. It's warm and fluffy, you know. So you're getting like a fucking blanket, but it's not hindering
blanket
you.
to shit.
And then if someone breaks in when you're in the middle, like if you
still
ran at them
fucking
like
able
that,
to-
like if you ran at them with your ass out, like, I'm getting out of here.
There's a monster coming for me.
I'm a backward man.
Put your hood over your and then shit on him.
No, it's probably just fuck it. Just think it's like a wee twink or something. Done that to him.
A what? A what?
You ain't got a hairy ass.
I know, but what did you say? A
twink.
A what?
A twink?
Oh, a twink?
Twink.
A twink.
A twinkle.
I didn't actually know what you're saying. I thought you said twig.
Martin is the
twig.
I'm the twink.
Yeah.
Why am I the twink?
That actually does remind me of, again, I don't know if I told this one before, but goat and a Chinese man.
Goat and a Chinese man.
Yeah.
A lot of Chinese.
So
today. Asian.
back in the day when we were in the Holy Lands at uni, we used to like do a lot of mangina.
All right, yeah. Oh, goating, isn't that's called?
And then so you mangina and then you turn around and bend over.
Ah, yes,
That's the goat.
yes. I remember this now, yeah.
So what we did was we ordered a Chinese. I don't know how this was manifested, like, but we ordered a Chinese, and we only had like coppers to pay for it, like loads of coins. So we come up with the idea that when the guy came to the door, we would throw all the coins in the air.
Oh, that's fucked.
And when they drop on the floor, we would turn around to pick them up, but have our goats out. And like now, like at the time, even after it, I didn't regret that. I was like, that was hilarious because the guy came to the door with a Chinese and we'd done that bent over.
Come on, like that's
showed him a goat, and he was horrified.
Yeah.
And he set the Chinese down on the ground and walked away.
Didn't take his money away at all.
He didn't take his money.
He should have took the Chinese.
I know. I
take his
can't believe
money.
he left that. That's how nice a person he was.
Full on wee Chinese.
What age you
Don't
by?
eat Chinese.
What age am I now? 34.
I share like a similar. Sorry, someone fucking ringing me by it.
You're right.
Don't worry about it.
Take the call,
Answer.
please.
A lot. It's to do with work. I don't need to take. But yeah, sure. Like it was weird, but that era, I don't know whether it was like fucking because of Old School, the film, and Frank the Tank going streaking, but like nudity seemed to be like a
There's a big
major
one, wasn't
part of like crack. Like I remember when he
Big time.
started uni, like first like couple of weeks, it was like less. And Kings, you know, I don't know if you've ever played
Yes.
that drinking
Yeah,
game.
Kings, yeah.
There's always, we
Jesus.
always had a rule. It's like, you fucking
You have
say
to
something's
drink.
name,
I
take
was,
on
I was
my
murdering
clothing.
somebody after that game every time. Like,
And then so he's like, and then you have to just running and knocking on families' doors, buck naked, like, and then running away. And it's like, that's not funny. Like, you know, it's like
it's the type of
perverse,
shit
like, you know,
like,
but it's like,
it's funny. Like, it's the type of shit that I would see on YouTube or something, and there's we like 19-year-olds doing now, and I'm like, what a bunch of fucking
dickheads.
At
But
the
yeah,
time,
exactly
it was
hilarious, but
to me, the mangina was the funniest act you could ever do.
Yeah.
To just show your friend kind of your dick and balls, but not. Brilliant.
yeah, it was,
Well, I did say we would get our manginas out in Patreon someday, so
we did,
we're
yeah.
gonna have to do that. Like,
And we'll listen to Goodbye
Dicker
Horses.
Ball. Did you play that?
Dicker
bullshit?
Ball, what's that one?
Yeah, you
He
show a
would
bit of your
just
dick or a bit of your
He
ball.
used to fucking send us just
And you gotta
pictures of
guess.
it. Real close up, like, and you'd be like,
guess.
Dicker Ball, and you're like,
Is that a dinner ball?
and then he'd send you the zoomed out one. He's like, yeah.
Cracker beans.
It's actually a dog's bollock.
That's worse. Dog balls are
Creeps,
fair
but-
game. They're just out.
Yeah.
They're fair game.
They're weird wee lipstick penises, but
Yeah, fuck me.
it's so
Did you
weird.
ever? There was always like a couple of dogs that get stuck together in this state. Always.
You have to throw soapy water over them.
And like, all the wee kids would be fucking with them, you know, and it'd be like,
Yeah, they're like stuck together.
imagine that happened to us. Imagine you get
I
stuck
know,
together.
amazing.
You just had to like stay there for like an hour after
You
sex.
would
Like,
definitely consider who you fuck more.
A lot more,
you wouldn't be
yeah.
raping much.
No,
You'd get away with it.
You'd get caught, like you'd have to actually probably
The only way to get away is like
knock her unconscious and
Yeah.
wait it out.
Imagine-
no, just
Flag that.
just bring just
Funny.
bring if you're a rapist. Sorry, you have to bring a bottle of soapy water with you. That's it. Simple.
Just
simple.
be his gear.
Does
That's
that
how
actually
you
work, though?
recognize
Is it not cold
rapists
water?
then.
Yeah.
Is it not cold water? Like freezing cold water, like unlocks them.
Well, whatever, soapy water.
What is it? Does their penis engorge?
Yeah,
and like
it has like barbs and all.
Thanks. Word of the day.
Tell my cats.
I don't know.
This episode.
Cats have the barbs, which is mad.
They're gonna be stuck together.
And then like ducks exclusively or like breed by rape, isn't it? Like gang rape, I think.
Right.
I think that's most everybody but humans. I think.
No, you got some
I've
people.
seen it happen, and it's brutal. By like it's a whole horde of dudes like chasing off this one duck, and it's like fucking hell,
and
they're like grabbing
down. Sometimes she dies because they suffocate.
And I've got, I don't know if you've ever seen their penises. They're like corkscrewed, which is hilarious. They unravel.
We're talking about chicken dicks.
A pig. That's like a pig stick, isn't it? They're like fucking
a pig.
That's their tail.
That's a tail. Yeah.
That ain't a dick.
Fucking idiot.
I've been doing it all wrong.
Oh, I've been sucking them.
No wonder it didn't come.
Just depressed. I've never been able to please a pig.
Never. God,
Whacking its tail off.
Curly straight. Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, fucking.
Duck rip. That's a bad one, isn't it?
Duck rip. Name of the episode.
Name of the episode, no. Fuck's sake. Did you see, what was it, the fucking, I don't even know if we should talk about this because it's so convoluted, but that guy who blew up the Cybertruck at Trump Towers.
I didn't see who done it.
What actually happened there? I don't know.
China?
China?
Flag it.
China.
No, it was an American military officer done it.
Right, I think I heard about this.
Confirmed, like fact.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you know that Sean Ryan podcast that I watch a lot of time? He's like an ex-military guy as well, and like this guy had reached out to him before that, and he'd never seen the messages, like emails and stuff, telling him that he needed to get on the show to spread whatever message he had found within the government that was like, it was all about the drones and the UAPs and this quantum computing and all that shit. And nobody was listening to him, so he decided to drive his Cybertruck with a car bomb in it into Trump Towers and blow it up, and then shoot himself in the head with a Desert Eagle, which made everybody notice who he was, and then look into him, and then find all the information after that.
Right.
You know.
And did he shoot himself and stuff?
Hey, bro. I can't. Yes, that's what the fucking media is telling you, but then if you go like one of the Sean Rand's people went into his Proton signal, which is like this encrypted signal for military guys in America, and they have always like a signal thing that has a bunch of numbers, and that's how you contact them with this bunch of numbers, and it can only change if you interact with this thing. After he died, like 3 or 4 hours after he died, his signal thing changed. Right. You know, it was still active, so hard to say.
Yeah, mad shit, boy.
So
yeah, and what were the revelations? So about this quantum stuff you're talking about, but also
like he was saying about those drones. Remember, there was a load of drones going around, and nobody knew what they were, and the government were like, "I don't know, fuck this."
Going are they still around?
They're still about. There's still a few about. He was basically saying that it's not extraterrestrial, but the technology that's being used within the drones is reverse engineered technology from retrieved crashes over the years and stuff. So they have like, you know, they can go dark, they can stay up in the air for 6 hours, 7 hours, you know, which no drone can do. They don't emit any radio signals, so they can't be tracked, and they can't be EMP'd, so they don't get shit. They can't be shot down, you know, and they all have a payload on them, a nuclear payload apparently.
Oh, really? That's good news.
And apparently that is something to do with China, you know.
Mad.
And that's
China
why
and the aliens are working together, by
you know.
They're one and the same, I think.
Yeah,
definitely.
The Chinese are aliens.
But like, there's that whole thing about the Iranian missiles that went missing there. So I think that's pretty much what a lot of that was, because there was Iranian warheads that got lost on transit.
It's like there's a supervillain plotting somewhere by it. Sounds cool, by it. Waiting for the great reveal.
You know, it's a good wee rabbit hole to go down like at the moment.
It is, like, it's pretty mad, like.
I don't fucking.
I'm waiting, like.
I don't know. Like, I don't go too much into it because it's fucking overwhelming. All that, like.
I love it.
And there's also too much information out there to where you're like,
I don't know
what
where
is
to
true,
start.
what isn't, you know.
But that's what I mean. We were saying earlier, like, you can't just listen to one thing. Go, you gotta go listen to 20 people, and they'll all be slightly right and slightly wrong.
Yeah, but there's so much sometimes.
Up and see what happens. You know,
like, Jesus Christ, like where the fuck? But just give me the truth. Please.
I know. Well, you'll never know
the truth.
Well, we might get the truth eventually
what, sorry?
about certain things.
all this UAP. It's weird how it's like went from being such a far out there thing that only like your nut jobs or whatever would have been looking into, and now it's like literally everywhere. Like, and it's like, and no one's treating it like a big deal. It's like the fucking news is talking about it now, and you're like, what's going on here?
I honestly think like you could show people so blatantly that they exist, and people just get on with their day.
Well, that's it, because people don't want their lives to be interrupted much. You know, they just want to get on with their lives. They're like, aliens, whatever. Can I just
get my latte?
Which means that the fucking programming worked then, didn't it? Because that's the worst thing to do, is to get on with your life. And
I don't even know if like then you
stuck
wonder
in the bullshit.
And obviously now all the conspiracy theorists went the opposite way, and they're saying like if they're revealing them now, it's like it means that it's fucking bullshit from the government to try and manipulate it. It's like, well, maybe that's true too. I don't know.
I think that's very true.
I
so
think that's a high possibility. Yeah,
I think it's both.
Stephen Greer's talking about it. And,
I think it's both. Like, I think that a lot of the things people see in the sky are probably interdimensional, extraterrestrial, whatever you want to call it, and then a great big deal of them are just the government with further technology than we think they have, because a lot of the things that people report have seams and rivets and screws and all that sort of shit. That's man-made. Like, do you know what I mean? And if it's making any sort of noise, it's probably man-made. It's the things that are unexplainably made that I reckon aren't from here, you know? If it's completely seamless without like a rivet or a fucking screw.
Then again, though, it could be so advanced to where you don't even know, and it is actually like anyway, you know what I mean? Like the spheres, that could be man-made, you don't know.
Could be, yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So,
100%.
even though that does look more
100%.
alien than man, you know?
Kinda.
Well, it has no screws or bolts.
Well, it does. Some of them do. Some of them, like not screws or bolts, but like seams and where you can see that something's been put together. Do you know what I mean?
Right. It might seem possible.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Like,
yeah, buddy.
Get the fuck out of here.
I know Bunny's got to go to work, so...
well, here I'm... Well, you probably want to get rid of me too. Like,
We're here all day, man.
Daily Rush, I'll hang about for now, but if you
why
want,
not?
but maybe you don't want, but I don't know.
No,
I stay welcome. That shit's mad. Do you do like psychedelics, or those type of men? Yeah,
mushrooms.
That really does.
Friends of ours do that.
Yeah, same here.
Well, suppose we can say
My friend.
I kill children.
It really does fucking like open you up to that shit. Like I was very like sort of skeptical about all of that shit, and kind of very much like the material world is all there is. But now there's like a weird cosmic magic.
What psychedelics
there
have you done?
definitely is.
Like not me, my friend. You know.
Yeah.
He's done mushrooms and acid. Like
acid, I'll never do again, but because
it just lasts too long.
Oh, it lasts forever.
It's like fucking. This is fun, but you're outstaying, kind of like me right now. Outstays its welcome. You're just like fucking hell, babe. Just go away. I want to return to normal. But that's what actually. It wasn't the best trip, but it was the most important trip. Was like a horrible acid trip.
Yeah.
Like took a rip of it, and I thought it was actually going insane. Like you know,
I felt.
So
that.
when I came back from it, I was like, I had this fresh, whole new love of life, and it kind of just all of the dark. It makes you kind of confront the dark shit, like, you know, and you're like, I probably needed to do that.
Confront yourself,
absolutely horrible.
You can't hide from it.
There's no hiding.
It's literally facing you. It's coming like a train wreck for you. And you can't put your head down and hide from it. You can't
there's none of that. Like,
you're like,
if you try to resist it, it pushes you further. If you try
all
to
them
resist that
demons
shit,
come for you, and you have to sort them all out there and then.
But acid, I feel like it's a man-made chemically sort of.
I haven't done acid in that long.
It doesn't feel like I'm in a good place. Although every time I've done mushrooms, whether it's been bad or good, I've always felt okay after.
I wonder, is that like I sometimes thought like that too, you know, you're kind of like, oh, it's natural, you know, and it makes you feel a wee bit nicer, but then I don't know, I think during a trip I was like, well sure, fucking everything's natural, you know, like plastic is natural, like it comes from here. If we make it, we're part of nature. Nature, and it's
that's
like,
very,
I suppose mushrooms are more loving, maybe in a way.
I feel a wee bit more like a wee
feel like
like I said, it's always like
more comforting, you know what I mean?
Breaking glass is acid and warm sand is mushrooms. That's how I feel. It's like very sharp and aggressive acid, whereas mushrooms in the right setting and taken in the right quantity will usher you in, you know. They'll bring you in. Where fucking acid just rips your clothes off and drags you.
It's more of a welcoming thing, definitely.
It is,
And I find it's more. It's as if there's an entity within mushrooms that wants to teach you or something.
Yeah,
you know?
I very much feel the presence of I don't know. Something.
Well, like I took
pig.
the ones you pick around here. I took 200 off once.
Right.
And like that's a mega dose for anybody's
massive amount,
trip. And like I did see something, some kind of or entities, when I came back from the stars, like, I was melted into everything. I could taste the soil in my mouth. It was fucking. I felt like I was up like a tree.
Yeah, no, it's fucking mental. Like it is crazy, genuinely mental what it does, and it's very cliche to be like all big advocate for them nowadays, but they are. Like I think everyone should experience it once. Like just for a perspective shift,
especially like weed and mushrooms, things that are just readily available from the ground. If they don't kill you, you should probably take it and see what it does.
Just give it a go. And I feel like giving it to everyone I know who has issues, but I don't have that many mushrooms.
Have you heard about the new thing? It's like a discovery in DMT here. It's fucking if you take DMT
or something, are you talking
and you look at what is it,
lasers,
like barcode lasers, pretty
much like a laser. So this guy has
it's fucked up.
He's theorizing, I suppose you still have to call it a theory, that we are in a simulation and DMT can prove it, and the DMT is creating the simulation. So instead of he's been taking DMT for so long that there's that place that everyone gets shot to. Apparently he doesn't go there anymore, so he smokes DMT and he's completely in base reality, and then entities will just come into our reality and literally speak to him. And from that, he figured out this thing that if you shine lasers on a wall and smoke DMT, but not too much, and look into the lasers, you can see the actual mathematical equation that holds reality together.
Half rings a bell now. I have heard.
But it's the only thing in history that has been produced by a psychedelic that has 100% continuity. Nothing has ever done that. Like you look at something, it changes, somebody else looks at it, it's slightly different. Whereas like this is now thousands of people have done this experiment, and every single person sees the exact same thing, the same code, and it never changes, it never alters, So I think that's the interesting part of it.
Interesting, boy.
Wouldn't mind doing that myself, just to see if it actually is the same for everyone.
No, sure.
It's just what he
sounds like deadly crack, boy.
Martin's looking at the wrong lasers and all.
It's fucking mad.
It is wild. Like
I don't even like. What does it mean? The simulation theory, like to actually be, if this is,
I think it is
reality. But they're calling it a simulation.
Like,
it's still just.
It's still real.
Kind of like it's still real. It's still reality anyway. Like, it's
the real word for it is simulacra.
Simulacra.
There's people.
But I think it's because you say the word simulation and immediately your brain tries to go to this like computerized video game avatar bullshit. When obviously that word doesn't mean that if you're explaining it differently. I just think that this thing that we experience,
it's like a collective fucking hallucination in a way.
The thing we experience is
real,
just experienced by us in this moment of time, and there's other things happening outside of that experience, which
sometimes I think we're just like the delusions of a very like lonely god. I get scared of that sometimes. But it's like a scary thought on us.
Whatever
like,
it is, it's
like we're all just the made up voices in the head of one lonely entity, and he's like going insane, and he's made us all up to fucking. It's like this is mad.
Personality.
That's a good one. Like
because I don't want to go back to being that lonely guy. This is fun, but like I don't want to be lonely god. Like
I always thought like
we are the same.
When you kind of question life itself, you sort of, you take away existence. You're kind of taking away your own existence by questioning it in the first place. It's kind of like, why is it?
Why are we here?
Why are we here? Yes.
Why are we here?
Well, to bring it back
here,
to
like, motherfucker, and just enjoy it. Like.
Something you said that always stuck with me that someone else said was. It may all be for nothing, but it's important that we do it anyway.
It's Gandhi that said that.
It's Gandhi.
Gandhi said
I
that.
fucking love that.
Everything that we do is significant, but it's important that we do it.
Yeah, everything is insignificant, but important that we do it anyway. I fucking love that.
Or Terence McKenna, like we were saying, he's pretty convinced that mushrooms are an alien technology left here by an ancient alien race that used to be here, and that's our way of communicating with them.
Thinking recently
that's
about
the personality in the mushrooms.
Consciousness being like a parasitic alien. Like the consciousness that we have, because no one knows why we're conscious, and it's like, what if it's the consciousness is the alien in this like monkey body, like, you know,
Pretty
and
much.
it's like
because we're the only ones like out of any animal on this planet that has that sort of questioning in us ourselves and stuff, you know.
And then the mushroom thing, isn't it? Like they reckon it's trying to get spacefaring. That's why it's evolved
so
us
it's like
to be
pollinating itself
and they're
almost.
smart enough to be like, oh, they can build rockets now, and they can take us
and they
to
will
other
take the
planets,
mushrooms
like, you know,
somewhere else. Yeah,
weird.
It's like a bee in a flower.
Yeah,
but on a galactic scale, you know.
Well, to elaborate on that simulation thing,
you have a stroke.
The quantum, back to quantum, right?
This is how you give me a break. This is heavy shit. But
I don't have a quantum brain. I fucking. It's taken me a septillion years to think here. So what they maybe can do with quantum computer chip in the future is create these mini realities in simulations, and what, like, they can literally, because it's so powerful, they can create our world verbatim in this reality, in this computer chip, and they can do every single evil, bad, maniacal thing ever to test it out in this reality, and, you know, to see what would happen to those people and whatever. And then because that's possible, then people are going to start questioning: Is this the evil?
Yeah.
Are we the ones that are getting experimented on? Because why is all this evil shit happening to us?
Exactly,
you know?
and I think that kind of answered
so
the thing for me about people that are
computer.
But it kind of answered that thing for me when I had a big problem with incarnation and people remembering their past lives and all this shit. And you've got, like, you know, maybe 100 people saying that they were Cleopatra and they can remember it specifically. They're like, but how? So, like, but that
it's
makes
never
sense
just some
now with
lowly
this.
gay from the streets or whatever. And so it's
like
the king
100
or
people have
Cleopatra.
been Cleopatra because she was such a prominent thing, and a lot of it, you know, there would have been a lot to learn there, let's say, or Caesar or whatever, right? And I was like, how? Because how can more than one soul experience being that one thing? Mm-hmm. But with this quantum computing thing, if they can make mini realities, like they were saying, they were also saying that they could technically travel back into time and recreate past events and histories and people and stuff like that, and then you can experience in virtual reality, and while doing it you would have no clue that you're not that person because it would be that fucking real, which kind of would make sense with the reincarnation thing of this being a simulation. And a lot of people have just chose to be a Cleopatra because why wouldn't you?
That's just a mind fuck, isn't it? Like,
and then they're starting to realise their past lives a wee bit and be like, I'm Cleopatra, and someone's like, no, but I was too, and then someone, but I was. And he's like, you all were.
No, what I've thought about before, even actually as recently as like yesterday, I think. How do you, like, know 2 seconds ago you weren't somebody else? Yeah. Even though you know right now you've been you for all of your life. How do you know?
You can't prove it.
Because it's just right now you're you.
Yeah, you can't prove
right
it.
Right now you're you, you know?
Last Thursday, isn't that what we call it? Like, it's that thing where everything was made last Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Have you seen that show Devs, or is it Deus? I know they do that cool V that looks like a U or a V, and maybe it's a play on that. It's like a wee mini-series about quantum. It's this quantum computer basically where they're doing what you're talking about, and they make simulations of the past. The guy, it's driven by his own grief because he's like trying to see whether he could have stopped a car accident or whatever that killed his family. So he's this genius dude. But it's a good wee show. Check it out. It was on iPlayer.
On the dodgy box.
Yeah, dodgy. It's like it's just like there's only like 6 episodes. It's your man. Who the fuck do you call him? He's Ron Swanson in
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman.
Yeah, he's good.
He's
is it like a drama sort of thing?
It's like pure serious.
Okay. I'd like to see him in a drama.
Cool.
Deus?
It's DEVS or DEUS. I think it is devs, like developers, but I think they're doing a wee clever wink at you, you know, Deus, you know, I get stuff.
Did you watch that Say Nothing?
What was it again?
It's pretty good.
Is that the one about Jane McConville?
It's on my list. It's on my list.
I know,
like Jerry Adams and the Troubles and stuff. It's
on my list. Apparently, it's really good.
It's really good, yeah. I think I've watched 4 episodes or something. But
how many is there? How many episodes?
I don't know. I just watched about 4 there the other night.
Yeah, I seen a scene that made me like want to watch it now, you know what I mean? Like definitely. Like before I was like, I don't want to watch this because of our accent, you know what I mean?
It's hard sometimes to get over that, but I'm getting used to it.
Now, like, I think it's okay. Like,
I've got used to it over the last couple of years, like watching our accent on
jarring at the start.
It used to be, but I think there's that many things now on TV. There used to never be.
Yeah.
But now there is. It's starting to sort of sound alright to me. Like, but yeah, it's really good.
Did you see the Pope open that door? the other day.
Yes.
The Pope
What's
opened
going on there?
What door? What door?
I seen John Devlin do like a wee
in the
skit
Vatican.
of it.
Like, so there's a door that doesn't get opened. Like, it's only opened like once every 125 years. It's in like a sealed part of the Vatican, and it's this big, massive door. And like the Pope's in a wheelchair, like wheel him up to the thing, and the door's just like open. And then they film the Pope, but he looks terrified. He's like looking about, like really scared and all. And then there's a guy inside the room. Bukkake party. There's a guy inside the room behind the door, and then it just shuts. Then it just like cuts off, and you're just like, what?
Interesting.
Demons?
The body of Christ.
In the Vatican.
But why? Like, what the fuck? Why is there a door closed for that long, sealed off, and then why do they open it on this day? Like, I
heard that dude get
There's
in by
like a
before.
library.
How the fuck's there a guy in there already?
This old vampire dude by Nosferatu.
Magic.
Aliens.
I think there's like a secret library and all there.
Well, there's the Vatican archives downstairs, you know.
Who knows what's going on there?
There's also
Imagine what's in
a
there.
Vatican time machine, apparently. So
Imagine what's in the archives.
Vatican what?
a Vatican time machine.
Vatican
Oh, yeah?
time
Apparently.
machine.
I don't know. It's
What's
pretty
Vatican
fucking-
about it?
Well,
It's
In the
It's in there.
Vatican.
It's in there.
Where's the wee hat?
Fuck.
It'd be good to know what they know.
Oh,
Wouldn't it? Like,
we'll never know.
like they have their own bank and all, like, and fucking
well, they're
passport
their own
and all.
sovereign
Their
wee
own
state, aren't
country,
they?
yeah.
That's
It's crazy. You need a
Imagine you could do
passport
that.
to get in.
I'd love to do that. Just create your own wee like perimeter. Like I live here
You can
in
do
this
that.
country.
You can do that. You just
In
get
my own
barbed wire
country.
and shotguns. Fucking step over that, dead. You know. But I would love to go into the Vatican and see what they've got. Like, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
I say that, but like I probably wouldn't be whole wall of reading when I got there. I'd be like,
But even
you'd be like,
I
look
reckon,
at all
I
this.
reckon they've fucking spaceships and
paintbrush.
fucking the spear that
The Bible too.
and all, you know. Supposedly they have that, like.
Fuck.
Just to even see it, you know, like the spear that pierced the side of Christ. That'd
can
be
imagine
fucking
it.
sweet to see. Like,
It's a spear that.
that's pretty fucking cool, man.
That's if it's true.
that is, but yeah, that's the odd.
That's if it's true.
Yeah, but
Imagine it
let's
from
not
here
get
in the
into
comfort of my.
biblical studies because I've been getting real deep into that. Let's not.
What about this one with free will? You guys believers in free will or not?
Yes and no.
Yes, I know. That's an interesting one.
No.
Well,
I tell you
fate
what, it's
determines
hard.
a
I'm
lot of
starting to
things
think of
for
a
me, I think.
fucking one of them-
God,
No, even worse than a retard. Like
Worse than a retard.
worse than a retard.
can you say that?
A fucking.
Not these days. Press the button.
Damn it, Tony. Why you gotta get so smart on us?
Don't worry about it, boy.
Us too. Don't worry. Yeah, it's fine. Oh,
We've good friends. We're
It's
probably
all good. It's all good. No, what do you call them things in the games? You know, like the fucking
NPC?
NPC.
Aye.
That's what I feel like sometimes. Like sometimes
You feel like an
I do,
NPC?
sometimes
I think it's
I pick
because
up
sometimes you go on autopilot through your life. Like there's
Too much
just
autopilot.
monotonous times of your life
I
where
pick
you're
up my
just
phone and I
fucking-
type in the same fucking thing every time I go onto YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing this?
I know,
I've been
like-
doing this for years. This same fucking
Silent Hill.
IGN.
it's okay.
IGN. Just for a wee bit of gaming news or whatever. And it's just like,
Yeah. I hate
why?
IGN.
I hate IGN. They're wankers. They're fucking
you're
a
still
bunch.
Well, stop it there.
Dickheads.
But they are up to
But I'm
date.
still on autopilot every time I pick up my phone to type on.
I'd be a big believer in fate.
I should probably just be
I
executed.
really, I
Fate
don't know.
definitely
I don't know if
determines
it's
my-
real, but you know, because that would take away free will a wee bit, wouldn't it? But then I
Yes,
do.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe in fate, but I believe
Causality, you know what I mean?
if you didn't have free will, then fate wouldn't exist either. In a way, you know, you have to freely get yourself there.
Yeah,
I believe
definitely.
in fate, but also I believe that there's
So I
4 or
kinda-
5 different.
Yeah,
fucking,
100%. That's sort of where I think, like, whatever this is, my consciousness, soul, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, that's experienced in this life, probably had like a rough idea of what I wanted to do when I got here. But I have the opportunity to completely fuck that completely and get nowhere near any of the goals that I thought were going to be the best option for my learning, you know. But I still have the choice to get there also. But I can still make wrong decisions that will completely take me off the path that I'm supposed to be on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I
So I think that's a bit of both.
sometimes think no one has any like
Path.
Yeah.
Would you be afraid to not
that's true, a bit of
have it?
path.
Like,
Yeah, all the time. But then, don't know, but sometimes I just convince myself because, you know, there is some sort of cosmic magic. If you allow a kind of idea of God into it, you can sort of convince yourself of free will to think. But, like, I don't think you can come to any other conclusion than there is no free will if you're an atheist, like, because there is just
there is something out there,
physics and biology and stuff, and everything was always inevitably going to go the way that it goes. So therefore,
in that regard,
free will can't exist in I think in a purely material interpretation of the world. Like, and
so that's more in like.
Sure, like
on the bigger picture of like evolution almost than
from
personal choice, you know.
Essentially, if you want, if you had a super enough computer, what they're trying to do now, and you knew the speed and motion of every fucking atom in the universe, you'd know exactly how they were going to like pump.
Exactly. You can see their course throughout the universe.
We are in that chain of events. So
that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I mean, I don't like it, and I don't believe it necessarily, but it's I guess
that's a fair point.
The view, and then like. Sorry, we're all a product of biology and then environment, and we have no choice in either of those things. So like every part of you is molded by forces outside of you, and like your personality type as well.
In that regard, I think you're kind of right, because fuck me, we're gonna have to call it the quantum leap or something this episode. But quantum,
but that is fact, pretty much. What you're saying.
Well,
if you could do that, you could track the course. But here's the thing: atoms,
if quantum realities exist and every single outcome ever is possible, then there is no free will. Everything already exists.
It's all predetermined.
That is ever going to exist.
But
and we are just in a pathway, wherever way we get there.
Yeah. On the big scale, I think that is maybe where free will isn't so much in play. But on like a very low level.
But then it's just what do we think free will is? It's just a human basic thing.
I think it's a choice. You know, it's whether or not you can make a choice that defines a different outcome.
But you don't know why you make the choice that you do, though. Like none of us do. Like I don't know why. Like X over Y, but there's some part of me predetermined has a preference for X, but so it feels like I'm making that choice, even like what I have for dinner, but it's like almost inevitable what I have for dinner, which is weird. Like,
hang on 2 seconds. If X, let's say you're more pre-positioned to go to X, you know, but I'm sure at some point in your life you've went to Y.
But probably because I'm the type of contrary asshole. That's my, and so that is something again that I didn't choose to be. It's just what I am. And it kind of made me decide to do that just to be fucking weird.
Because you thinking.
But I didn't choose to do that, you know.
So here's the question: would your soul have free will choosing this life? Did your soul, obviously you wouldn't know
that's
that.
Another thing.
That's another fucking thing.
But I suppose if you had a soul and there is a soul, then I'd be much more open to like free will. But I'm just saying, like, if in a kind of godless universe, I don't think there's free will.
Are you purely scientific in a godless universe? Are you existing in a godless universe?
I don't know. I don't think so. This is just me theorizing. Like as I say, when you do the like mushrooms or whatever, you start going. I think there is like fucking. It used to be like when I was in my 20s and stuff. I went through a real like nihilistic sort of period, and
I was very
melancholic and like life is meaningless, and I couldn't even enjoy my kid. Like it was really fucking up, because I was like looking at her and going, well, this is it's great, like, but she's pointless. She's just going to grow up and die, and we're just it's a blink, it's a nothing in the
well, that brings
cosmos.
It back to that Gandhi thing, it may be all significant, but it's important to do it anyway. It's
just like no, it's beautiful, like it's a miracle, even if it is a fleeting miracle.
Exactly. Or like I came to the understanding of like, right, okay, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, this doesn't go my way, that doesn't go my way, but I get to experience all of those things the way they are, you know what I mean? I get to experience being fucking annoyed or sad or despair or whatever it is. Might not be great at the time, but I'm still here doing it, and that's worth it. That's fucking worth it.
It's classic, but it's
what are your final thoughts, boys? This is a deep one. Like,
sorry, I shouldn't have stayed by fucking brown by taking us to Brown Town.
Happy to have you. Like,
fucking right.
I just thought you had to get away to work because we were.
Well, I was mad, but the more I think about it, I know I do need to. You'd be like, where is this bastard? But it's like, I'll get down the road eventually.
Just take a picture with us for him. Like, I got held up.
They got held up.
Like a fucking
well, like your balaclavas would be popular around our way among some of the natives, like, so I'd probably get some respect for it. Like.
So fucking final thoughts. Bukagis.
Don't be drowning in cum. Just
don't be at it.
Just don't be drowning.
Although in some other quantum reality she hasn't. We just happen to live in the one where this happened to her.
She broke the record.
Did you hear about that quantum immortality ship, by the way?
What's this now?
basically you never die. Like, you exist in the one universe. You'll all die in my universe, but I'll keep going and going and going because I can only necessarily exist in the one reality in which I keep existing. Like, you know, all. So
you're never
maybe I'm never going to die, but we'll never know.
That kind of connects me to that whole thing of like, there's no such thing as destroying information or creating new information. So like everything that ever exists and will exists already. So like, you know, your dead body, if I burn it, all of that information still exists. It's just changed into a different thing. So everything, even that's ever entered a black hole, that information's there.
Like,
it's just
burnt into the universe.
Can't be put back in.
If there's anything I'm really starting to understand now, it's that time, the way we know it, is definitely not. It's not
the way we think
it
is.
No.
It's
not linear.
Completely different than that.
It's not.
That's also a human construct, you know. The way we think of it. Look.
100%. Just, but you know, necessary, I suppose, to a degree, so we can understand life. You know what I mean?
Fucking mad to think about that too, boy.
But we just took time as like this.
So what is time? Is it a dot? Is it a fucking? Is it like a CD player? Is it a fucking? Is it?
I don't think we can understand what time is with our minds right now.
No.
It's not measurable.
It might seem impossible.
Shut the fuck up.
Have you anything to plug, Bunny?
No, boy.
Any gigs coming up or?
Probably, maybe. I've got something in sometime.
He's got sometime.
My old band might get back together this year for a one-off show. But
what's it called? What's the band called?
I don't want anyone looking them up yet because I'm not happy with the recordings on Spotify. This is back before everyone used
Spotify.
Oh well, no, I don't want you looking it up.
His friend is.
But we're a damn good band live. So whenever it does happen, people,
fucking right,
you come and see us. Who are these people?
Let us know.
And no, not on the plug. By come and buy Christmas trees off me.
Where can we get them? We'll put a wee link here.
Link for Christmas trees. What else can we plug? That's it, boy.
That's it.
Up the Moy.
Plug your arsehole.
Shout out, Moy.
Plug your arsehole and don't, you know.
We'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors, Bud Light, Your NI, and Baked Potato NI. Get on that shit.
Yes, sir. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/4 Bros Podcast. There's a lot more content over there. It's £1 a month for the first 50. So, you know, get on it quick because once they're gone, they're gone.
Yep.
And we'll give a shout out.
But in the quantum reality, we're fucking massive.
We give a shout out to Christina Applegate.
Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out, Christina.
Bonnie Martinez, thank you very much, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man. Thank you very
go
much.
see him
Really
live if you ever see him. He's fucking great.
Hilarious.
Fucking hilarious, baby.
Jobs again.
To leave the fucking cocksucking cheese where it is.
This magic moment.